Happy Christmas in July, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And today is my monthly collaboration with my sweet friend Melinda at The Crafty Doll. Today, we will be creating some trash to treasure Christmas DIYs for you all today. We're going to go ahead and jump into today's video. I hope you all enjoy. For this DIY, I have these stickers from Walmart. I have a piece of scrap wood. I have this red paint in the color crimson. I have some white paint and then some tacky glue from Dollar Tree. I'm going to start off by going back over my piece of scrap wood, and I'm going to add the burn red paint to it because I thought it was too bright. But before we get into today's video, let me just tell you a little bit about my sweet friend Melinda at The Crafty Doll. Melinda is known as the Tablescape Queen. She also does hauls and creates budget-friendly DIYs, and on her second channel, All Things Home on a Budget, she uses the items that she creates on her first channel, The Crafty Doll, to style and decorate her home with. So if you are looking for some budget-friendly ideas on creating DIYs and styling your home, please check out Melinda's channel. After I've added the tacky glue to my wood piece, I'm going to go back over it with some of the white chalk paint, and then I'm going to take my blow dryer and start to create the crackle finish. Then once it's completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and take one of those stickers off of that pack. I'm going to use the one that says gingerbread on it. It fits perfectly on this little piece of scrap wood. And I love the way that all of these turned out. All of these scrap wood pieces came from when we redid or replaced a lot of the dry rotted and damaged wood on our shed, probably I believe about 3 years ago. So I did keep a couple of those pieces just in case if I wanted to use them for something else. And so here I am finally able to use those pieces to create these DIYs. I like the way that all of these turned out. And I felt like when you're decorating, there's always a little space that you're going to need to put something in. And so I wanted to be able to create a couple of DIYs just for that. But I plan on putting all of these in my kitchen. We are moving on to our next DIY for today. So for this DIY, I'm going to use this little piece of trim. I have two pieces of wood there, and I wasn't sure which piece I was going to use, but I ended up using the piece of trim that was around our door. And so I went ahead and I painted it with the bright red paint. Also, did not like how bright it was, so I went back and added the burn red paint to it. And now here I'm adding my tacky glue, and then I'm going to add the white paint on top of it and use my blow dryer to go ahead and dry it to create some crackle to it. Then once it was dry, and I didn't realize that it wasn't completely dry, and I went ahead and placed the sticker on it. I'm going to use the sticker that says cake, pies, and cookies. And I believe the bottom sticker is going to say open 24 hours, or I can't remember what it says, but we'll see it here shortly. But when I placed the sticker on it, it actually pulled some of the paint off of it. So I did go back over and add some more of the paint because I wanted to be able to see the wording. And so some of the crackle did get covered because I was covering up the area that I pulled the paint off of it, because I really needed to have that white background to be able to see the wording, excuse me. So here I am placing so here I'm adding that paint, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my sticker into 3 sections because it was a little bit too long and I need all of my words to fit on it. So I'm going to go back and add my words, or add my stickers to my sign. And then I took my sanding block and I distressed it a little bit more. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I really like the way these turned out. They're really simple, but I think that they're going to give a nice little punch to what I plan on doing in my kitchen, because last year I did decorate like a Christmas themed bakery type thing with like candy canes and just different things that would go in the bakery. And so I think that I am going to do the same thing, and I think this is going to go perfect with what I have going on. It has like a rustic vintage feel to it, or farmhouse rustic vintage feel to it, I think. And so yeah, and I didn't have to pay for any of the items that I used. Everything I used was items that I already had. The stickers came from Walmart, I believe like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer than that. And I know I only paid like 10 cents for them because they were 90% off. This was when Walmart used to have 90% off. on the first day after Christmas. And so, yeah, so you'll have to let me know what you think about these DIYs. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I really do appreciate it. My name is Tawanda. This is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. If that is something that you are interested in, please consider joining my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. We are moving on to our last and final DIY for today. So I have another piece of wood here. I'm going to be using that same sticker pack. For this DIY, I actually had something else planned to do for this DIY, but as I was doing the first two, I decided that I was just going to do or use that sticker to create other my DIYs. So this DIY is kind of created on the fly. And so, yeah. So let's get started. So I went ahead and painted that piece of scrap wood with the barn red paint. And then I am adding my tacky glue to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the coat of white paint on top. Then I will blow dry everything to create the crackle finish. And here you can see I was not paying attention. I was actually watching TV at the same time. So instead of me using the white paint, I actually put the barn red paint on top of it, and I had to wipe that off. But nonetheless, I try and leave all of my mistakes in my video so y'all can see what I do. So here I am I'm going ahead and creating my crackle finish using my blow dryer. And then I used that bakery sticker on there. Where is it? There it is. So, well, actually I went ahead and used the two red stickers first just to give it a little bit of design. So I'm going to put the bakery sticker on first, and then I put it on there and I'm looking at it, I'm like, you can barely see it. And so I was trying to figure out what I could do. So it took me a couple of days to figure it out, but I finally did. So we'll get to that here shortly. So then I added the red stickers. So here I'm showing you putting my hand where I'm going to cut it. So I was planning on taking it outside to use the miter saw to cut it, but my storage unit is a huge mess and it was going to be a lot to move everything. So I just decided that I would come up with something else. And like I said, this was a last minute DIY because I had planned on doing a different DIY for this, but I still like the way they turned out. So because the bakery was so light, because it was in that gray color, I decided to use a black Sharpie to darken it up so that you can see the word bakery on it. And then I also used the marker on the those little designs that they had on the sides for where it said bakery. And then because I did not have time and I wasn't able to move everything to pull out the miter saw, because we're in the process of decorating our backyard and all of our stuff is just kind of crammed in our shed right now, I went ahead and have this piece of scrap ribbon. So I went ahead and grabbed it and I used some of the fabric glue to attach it to the side where I was going to cut it. And I think that made it look nice. I like it. You have to let me know what you think. And then I went back to my craft room and I grabbed a little gingerbread man and a snowflake, and I am going to give it a coat of the Waverly Antique Wax. And then I look at it and I'm thinking it still needs something else. It's kind of like missing something. And so then I went back to my craft room, which is also a mess. I could not find all of my Christmas florals. So I did find a piece of greenery, and I just took it and I had two little red balls and a piece of what am I using? I'm using something for a ribbon. I cannot remember what it is, but it was something I just grabbed off of something that was going in the trash. And so I'm going to go ahead and wrap those two little red berries to that piece of floral that I have. I'm going to hot glue it to the ribbon. And then I'm going to take my Sharpie and my white pen to decorate my gingerbread man. And then I'm going to hot glue it to my sign. And that is going to be it for this DIY. So you have to let me know what you think. And that is going to be it for today's video. I would like to thank you all for spending part of your day with myself and my sweet friend Melinda. I hope we're giving you some trash for treasure inspiration to go ahead and go and create some beautiful Christmas DIYs. You can find a link to Melinda's channel and her video in my description box. Please go ahead and watch her video and join her YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I will see you all on Sunday. Goodbye.